Good morning. Is it good morning or good evening? Good morning. Good morning. Then you should tell it with much bigger voice. Good morning. Good morning. That's good. Okay, let's start. But why is it that we are all sitting in the back? Huh? Backbench mapla. Okay, I would suggest you to come little forward. Not too forward, you can come little forward. Take one baby step at a time. Appa, evlo periya step adu. Little forward, gentlemen, so that I can get a view of yourself. Ready? Okay. How many of you believe you are leaders? Why is it that few hands are rising? Why is it that few hands are not rising? Those who raise the hands, why do you feel you are leaders? Why? Or question get or answer or no? Okay, early morning answer sollana eppadi. This is early morning, okay? Okay, those who did not raise hands, why you didn't raise those hands? Huh? You didn't understand my question. Adukku dhaan indha mari yadavaduma kelvi kekkuradhu. Okay, let me ask you once again. How many of you believe you are leaders? How many of you believe you are not leaders? How many of you believe you are leaders here? Good. See, now everybody are raising. First, why you didn't rise? Doubt. You are sleepy, right? Now you are out of sleep. Okay, let me tell you an incident. You need to tell who is the leader in this incident. There's a huge traffic jam in OMR Road. Okay? There's a nice luxury car. Behind that there is a sedan. Behind that there is one small car. In the luxury car, there is a company head who is sitting in the car. Behind that there is a general manager of a company, and in the small car there is a team leader sitting there. The first person who is sitting in the luxury car, he opens the glass, he sees down and he tells, this is mad here, this city is not going to prosper. The other guy, he just sees the traffic, he takes his smartphone, he starts sending some mails. The person sitting in the third car, he plugs his MP3 or whatever you call it, and he was listening to music. But there is one person who comes in a cycle, he sees this entire mad rush, he parks his cycle somewhere in the corner, he goes along with the cop and he clears the traffic in the next 10 to 15 minutes. There are four characters in this incident. One, the head of a large organization. Two, a general manager of an organization. Three, a team leader of an organization. And fourth, a normal person who is just doing a very simple job in some part of the city. Among these four, who is the leader? Who is the leader? Why the fourth one? He took initiative. Now I'll prove that every student who is sitting here is one of the finest leader ever produced in the history of the city. Shall I prove it now? When some students by this time in the rooms will be telling, Macha, are you awake? Right? That person tells, Vera vali illada. Right? And one person, right, in the tab he keeps seeing, some kind of a stories, reading stories. Another person keeps the phone, solri. Appa thungitara. Correct? These kind of conversation will happen, but you people, very unusually, you are sitting here to understand management concepts for 24 hours. What else is the proof for you to prove that you are not a leader? Now can you come little forward? Little, please. Yeah, wrong. See, if you don't come, I need to come down, and then all this web recording, everything will be little, disturbed. Konjam. One row, please. Come. Ready? Good. Let me tell you what happened when we decided on this speech. Anand was telling me, Naren, there is going to be a 24 hours program. I said, wow. And the next thing what I asked him is, Anand, please give me a 12 a.m. slot. That is the first slot I asked. Don't give me any other slot. 12 மணிக்கு மேல எனக்கு slot கொடுங்க. One, naturally, I am a night owl. I work late night. I get up early and I keep sleeping whenever I get time to sleep. Okay? And next is, I also wanted to experiment. Will people listen at 12 o'clock in the night? When do we become Maslows in life? When do we become McClellans in life without doing a research like this? And now I am thoroughly convinced we want to conduct more such programs in the night, so that traffic jams will not be there, no disturbance, right? Unnecessarily thoughts will not come, okay, provided if they are newly married, right? But that we need to excuse and send them out. But now we are convinced, Anand, I think we can do many more such programs. Okay, now let's come back to leadership. Okay, now the topic that is given to me is leadership perspective. Okay, there are a lot of perspectives about leadership. I am going to use this topic only with a story. The entire topic, which will take minimum 200 pages to read, and it will take minimum 1 month to digest. Let me see whether I can do a justice in making you understand this next 20 minutes. Ready? On. Ready to listen to story? கதை சொல்லி தான் எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் பழக்கம். கதை கேட்டுக்கோங்க, நிறைய கதை சொல்லலாம். Okay, the art of telling a story is how good are you in listening to stories. The story starts like this. There is a person called Anderson who was running a company which does some kind of products, sales, marketing and all this stuff. He had 2 employees with him. One person was John, the other person was Mac. Okay? The company did well. Now Anderson decided to promote. How many characters are there? Employees under him. Who are those? John and Mac. Very good. I am just checking. Mic testing, mind testing. Okay? Now, John and Mac. John was promoted and Mac was not promoted. Mac got irritated, as usual, stomach burning symptoms. Okay? He went and told Mr. Anderson, this is not fair. You have promoted John. Why not me? He said, I am not going to justify, I am going to demonstrate. He said, what? He said, see whether the consignment has come or not. He told Mac to check whether consignment has come or not. He just went, he called up and he said, boss, the consignment has come. Then he said, come here. Let me see now what Mac is going to do. Okay? And now what happened is, he said, go see whether consignment has come. He came back after a few minutes and he said, consignment has already reached Ragudon. I have spoken to customers to lift more products. He asked for a discount. I said, increase the volume, I'll give you a discount. Apart from that, there are additional products which has also come. I also started finding a new customer base for that. If you approve it, then I can send it. Then he called the guy who had that stomach burning symptoms. Who is that guy? Mac, Vivek, Vadivelu. See, are you paying attention? John or Mac, who was promoted? First, John was promoted. Mac was with stomach burning symptoms. Right? Correct? Yeah, okay. Now, he asked, right, now you saw this. Tell me, what is it that you saw in this guy? He said, sir, this guy has a drive. This guy is self-motivated. This guy knows business. He has got good interpersonal skills. He has got influencing skills. Above all, he is very strategic. He is able to think and see where he can sell the other products. This is something which was missing in me. And he said, now you tell me whether you want to drink some Gelacil to reduce your stomach burning, or whether you like to accept that your colleague is a better leader than you. He said, boss, agree. I agree. I will also prove myself, I have learned a lesson. The first perspective of leadership is called traits, or we can also call it qualities. Sometimes, right, there are certain qualities which makes us leader. Where is Naushad here? Naushad? Oh, he's having tea, he's getting ready to be more energetic, I think so. Okay, right from the evening, I saw one person who was always trying to come here many times, talk and prove he's the best. Let me tell you one thing, gentlemen. There are a lot of potential employers who are sitting here. You know some of them, you don't know who are the other guys. Okay, if there is somebody whom I will immediately consider for my company to come and assist me in my business, will be Naushad. I am not joking. Because I saw those qualities in him. Okay? Everybody gets an opportunity to prove your leadership qualities. The only thing is, something inside us, Ponama, Vandanda. Something is holding us. As Murli tells, there is something inside you, right? Tattu. Don't allow that to come. The only thing is, what is going to happen if I'm going to come? How many of you fear stage here? Please raise your hands. I'm not going to teach you public speaking, but I want to emphasize something on this. How many of you fear stage? So many people. Very good. Join the club. Why? Why do you fear stage? Huh?
Lack of experience.
Lack of experience. You mean to tell that every 1 billion Indian was so experienced in the activities what we did to create this 1 billion population? Night. Okay? Okay, let's come back, friends. See, the other important quality that is required to be a leader is, this is the place. This is the place. You go check any leader in the world. Take up Gandhi. Take up a person like Obama or Hitler. They have one common quality called talking, speech, ability to influence people using their words. Gentlemen, till you come here, it is fear. Once you come here, the only difference between you and me is hardly 3 feet. That's it. If I sit there, I will talk in the same way. If I'm going to come here also, I'm going to talk in the same way. Nothing is going to happen. Right? But what is it that one factor is missing? Fear. Correct? How many of you have that fear? Enna fear, sir? I want to know this, because if I want to become a leader, I need to come out of fear first. What fear is that? What will happen if you come and talk here? Tell me. What will others do? What will others do? You want to talk. What will your colleagues, your friends do when you come here? They might criticize you. One. Next. If I speak anything wrong, the entire research scientist who are sitting here, who has got too much knowledge about what you're talking, will throw bricks on you. Correct? All sailing in the same boat. E MBA, you MBA, she MBA, you know X, he know Y, you come and talk, you go wrong and tell, sorry boss, I made a mistake because little knowledge less. Next time I improve, come back. I am talking, I have a lot of learned people who will be analyzing me. Why is this guy suddenly shifting the gears? Right? Sometimes when we shift gears, I find a new route to travel. I can still go and reach my destination better. You're able to understand what I'm telling? I'm finding a new route to develop leadership in you. What that gentleman, right, John did not have was, probably had influencing skills, but public speaking, he didn't speak. Now let's come back to the story. Now John, Mac, they both were now working together. They are very happy. The company started growing. Okay? And then they started expanding. There was one more character called Lewis. He entered the company. Now, who is the stomach burning guy? Mac. And Lewis were given two separate units to work with. Okay? When I mean units, is you take care of these products and this guy will take care of these products, Lewis and Mac. Now, again the company is growing. It's time for them to promote. This time what happened is, Mac was promoted, but Lewis was not promoted. Lewis felt very bad. His stomach burning symptoms was 2 times more than Mac. Probably he'll require 500 ml of Gelocin to drink. And Mac said, hey, look, Lewis, don't feel bad. Go meet Mr. Anderson. He will tell you what it is. And this guy went and met Anderson. Mr. Anderson, this is not fair. I also put efforts. Mac also put efforts. But I didn't get the promotion. He said, wait. I will demonstrate. Okay? I will demonstrate. He said, come here. Okay? Lewis, I want you to ensure all these products are packed and sent by today evening by 6 o'clock. Do it. Go tell your teams to do it. Immediately Lewis went. He started telling, I don't know what you guys will do. By 6 o'clock, all the products will reach the customer's place. Sir, but the time is very short. I don't want excuses. I need results, buddy. A typical corporate guy here. And then he said, boss, I have done my job. He said, very good. Now let me see how Mac is going to handle the same situation. He said, come, let's see what Mac is going to do. He went and met Mac. Mac was given the same scenario. Lewis Anderson was standing there and seeing how Mac is addressing this. Mac said, my dear team, we have a crisis. We are in a situation where we need to roll our sleeves and work. I know that I'm going to put pressure on you, but before I'm going to give you the task, I want to tell you that I'll give you all the support that is required for you to do your job better. And then he said, what is the task? And after that, he asked his team members, now tell me what is it that we can do so that we win, we succeed in this process. One of the team members said, and Mr. Mac, why don't you increase 2 manpower in this department? Why don't you speak to the client and get 1 hour extra time? And Mac said, I will do it for you. Okay? And he called Lewis and he said, Lewis, you saw this. What is the difference between the way you worked and what is the difference between the way how Mac worked? Lewis said, I was more focused on the task. But what was Mac focused on? He said, Mac was focused on both task and the people. And the next perspective of a leadership is behavioral perspective. Though I have wonderful qualities, but if I don't bring the right behavior using my qualities, I am not going to be a people's man. Got the second perspective? What is the first perspective? First promotion, stomach burning symptom. Very good. Very good. Traits or qualities. Second perspective is behavioral. Now, company was doing very well. They took over a company, right, which was good, but it was not doing the full potential. They were not getting the full market. Now what has happened is, the gentleman Lewis was given the new business. He said, you handle the division A of this new takeover company. And then there was one more character called Peter who entered the company. He said, Peter, you will also handle the other unit of this company. Go handle. Right? They've taken over a company. They need to handle the company. Now what has happened is, Lewis was doing a good job, but Peter was not able to do a good job. When he was disturbed, he went and told Mr. Anderson, I am not able to work along with these new guys. Their culture is different. Our culture is different. I don't know why the hell you took over this company. These guys are not rolling their sleeves and working. He said, what is your problem? I cannot do this. I don't want to work in this situation. I don't want to handle this crisis. He said, let's wait. He said, come, let's go to Lewis. Let us see what he's doing. Lewis was sitting with a team of people and he was setting goals with the new employees. After setting the goal, he also said why this goal will do well where you will fail in the process and how to handle it. And then there are some employees who came and they said, Mr. Lewis, we have certain doubts. He sat with them, he was clarifying all the doubts. Okay? And then in the evening, he wanted some ideas for business. He took his team, he generated a lot of ideas. And then his team was little off, right? They were not motivated. He started motivating them. And he said, now Peter, tell me, what did you see in Lewis? He said, one, Lewis, okay, as a person, when he was setting a goal, he was very directive. He was giving directions to achieve a goal. And next is, Lewis was very supportive. And next is, Lewis was very participative. And Lewis had this achievement orientation in him, and he was also sending it across to his team. During contingencies, okay, as a leader, we need to be supportive, we need to be directive, we need to be participative, and we need to be achievement oriented. And then he asked, Peter, tell me what was missing in you. He said, probably I was good in setting goals, but I was not supportive as well as achievement oriented. And he said, there is one more perspective for leadership, and that is called contingency perspective. During contingencies, I'll have n number of qualities, but at that time, I should play one particular quality and keep going with the team. Are you able to understand this? When it is a contingency situation, I am supposed to play the game as per the contingency. Now, the game needs to be played, buddy. You need to hit. Come on, why don't you hit and play? I don't know how many of you remember a World Cup where there was a player called Klusner in South Africa. Are you able to recollect? He used to come in the 7th down or the 8th down and he'll turn around the matches. At that time, our Sachin Baba used to get 50, 50, 50. Right? But those 50s at that day did not give us the World Cup. But those 30s made South Africa a very strong team. It doesn't matter whether you score 100. It matters when do you score that 100. You got it? You might have a finest human quality, but when do you show it out? You got it? I might have an excellent quality of getting the work done. Some places I need to put my foot and tell, bloody well do it, because this is crisis. I suggest you all to see a movie called Lean on Me. Please note it down. Huh? Lean on Me. Probably I would suggest you to take this video, put it in your class, see it. Do you want to know what is there in that video? Yes or no? கேள்வி கேட்டா ஒன்னு இப்படி ஆடணும் இல்ல இப்படி ஆடணும் ஏதாவது ஒண்ணுக்கு தலை ஆட்டணும். Yes? You want to know what is there in that video? Okay, I'll tell you what is there in that video. This is about a school which is totally disturbed and the school is off. Almost the county would have decided to close the school because they're not producing the basic test results. The hero joins as a principal of the school and he sees the school to be in shackles, right? It is almost pathetic. The wall is painted. People are smoking inside, right? There's a lot of harassment happening inside. At this time, this gentleman, what he will do is, he will close all the gates. He will bring two security people inside. He will always carry that mic with that speaker. And if anybody goes against the school rules, he will stand and he'll tell, bloody well follow the rules or else you are off the school. Then he'll call all the parents. Parents come and assemble and he'll tell, your students are not producing results. It is your children who are not even qualifying for the basic test. Now I'm going to give you a test. If parents are not going to sit with your students in the evening and if you're not going to call them back to home, your son will be permanently in the home and not in the college. And everybody will be against him. Everybody will be against him. But he will take the stand and he will prove the world this school is the best and everybody will pass the test. And this is the true incident which happened in US. At this stage, when you see that film, hero is always dominant. This type of leadership is required. Right? It is not that a leader means you will always keep empathizing, you will always keep telling, my dear people, my dear children. Sometimes I need to play this role. See, one of you will get an opportunity to become a class representative. You have the concepts here? Yes? You want to make an announcement. At that time, what will happen? What will happen? Friends, excuse me. Hello, please. Workout acha? Agad. But you stand there and tell, my dear indisciplined managers, you got 2 bloody ears and I got a throat. Don't spoil my throat. Listen to what I'm going to tell. Or else your placement is in stake. You know what will happen? Sir, will you pull out sir? Okay? Sometimes this is required. I'll just narrate something what I saw when I went as a judge for a competition. A beautiful incident which I can never forget in my life. It was in 1998. I remember the year. I think somewhere in those days only, India has gone nuclear. Okay? They've tested a nuclear weapon or whatever you call it. In a school, there was a debate that was happening. And the debate is, should India go nuclear or not? Not India, okay? Are nuclear weapons required or not? Children are from the age group of 14 to 16, whatever you call it. You have 3 speakers this side, 3 speakers this side, and 2 Dumbo judges sitting in the corner. Okay? Who am I to judge all these nuclear weapon issues? You got it. I didn't go there to judge nuclear weapon. I have gone there to judge their debating skills. Let me just tell you what happened. One guy, he came. He wanted to get the audience attention. He stood there and he said, I request all of you to close your eyes. Nobody closed the eyes. And then he said, I order everyone now to close your eyes, including the judges. Such a small chotu. Huh? I was stunned. Podalangade, Periyal Rani. He said, okay boss, okay, I'll close my eyes. And he said, now imagine the year is 2026. Right? You walk in the roads of Delhi, almost half burnt. Human beings are burnt, dogs are burnt. The beautiful, the world's pride is almost gone. It has got only 25% of its substance. The white Taj Mahal is now broken into pieces and it is black. And this is a weapon which came all the way from Islamabad and it has destroyed our land. Now you open your eyes and heart and tell me, do we require such kind of weapons in this world? I said, my friend, boss, first to praise ma. This fellow is taking the show in a big way. These are all the qualities of a leader here. Okay? And I was very happy. And then the other guy came. Other smart cookie came. He said, I am not here to close your eyes. We've been keeping our eyes closed for 300 years and that is the reason why we were slaves. Okay? Internally, for me, innada solla vara? And then he asked a question, how many of you have dogs in your house? Few of them said, we have dogs, we have dogs. Does your dog bite everybody? He said, no. Then whom does your dog bite? It bites people who try to enter without a permission. So the objective of having a dog is not to bite everybody, it is for a safety. Like the objective of having a nuclear weapon is only a safety and not to keep busting it on others. Okay? Now my task is becoming very difficult. I told my friend, ivanukum first prize da. He said, Ray, kelra, rendu first prize irkan kelu. Okay, then I called the teacher and I said, ma'am, do you have 2 first prizes? They said, yes, we do have. But don't ask me what is the judgment. To me, I come here to judge the speakers, not the topic, okay? She said, no, we do understand. Why I am narrating this is, such a small kids here. Look at the kind of power they have. See, first I thought the teacher would have taught them how to speak. The first guy, yeah? The first guy, when he spoke, I thought probably written script, boy is pinny pedalifying, right, when we put it in our words. But the second guy responded based on this guy, so that is not a written script. A leader thinks on toes. At that time, what you do matters. Before many years, if one gentleman would have been allowed to travel in that first class, things would have been totally different. அந்த பைய பிள்ளைங்க தேவையில்லாம இவரை ரப் பண்ணி அவருக்குள்ள இருந்த ஒரு லீடர்ஷிப்பை வெளியே கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. யார் அவரு? மகாத்மா காந்தி. சும்மா தானே போயிட்டு இருந்தாரு. ஏன் வம்பு இழுத்தீங்க? Right? Inside every one of us, there's a leader who's sleeping. The only thing is when you go into a situation, the leader comes out. I'll just tell something which I observed in an interview. Okay, this was done by a company. They made people to come and sit in a theater-style chairs. A company person was there inside, but he never revealed he was not even wearing the badge. He told participants, candidates, please go and sit inside. Now what happened is, the minute in an open hall, people enter, they always try to sit in the last benches. Correct? Yes or no? Yes. And then this person, he went and he neatly took down everybody's name. And he also marked who are the first person to sit in the back. Would you like to come little forward now? Come. Come. Please come. I'll tell you what is this. Panga. Come, sir. கொஞ்சம் ஒரு சீட்டு அவ்வளோ அங்க இருந்தாலும் இங்க வர மாட்டீங்களா? Excuse me, gentlemen, where is the person who's sitting in the last? Somewhere there. Anybody? அவ்வளோ லாஸ்ட்ல எல்லாம் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண மாட்டேன் சார். உங்க கஷ்டங்கள்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியும். I empathize with you. Somebody, right, who's sitting in the last, could you please raise your hands at that end, this end? Yeah. Sir, where is your house, sir? ஏன் பின்னாடி பாக்குறீங்க? உங்க வீடு எங்க சார் இருக்கு? சார் நீங்க விட்டுருங்க, நம்ம எல்லாம் லீடர் தான். நீங்க சார்? கொரட்டூர். யூ ஆர் a student of this college? கொரட்டூர் டு காட்டாங்குளத்தூர் வந்த ஆளு, ரைட், அந்த பெஞ்சில இருந்து இந்த பெஞ்சுக்கு வரதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நேரம் ஆக போகுது? ரைட்டா வாங்க. I need to do something with the gentleman. I'll get back. Sir, அங்கே இருங்க, அங்கே இருங்க. I always believe a good leadership is all about appreciating people. Okay? Because people cry for appreciation in the world. We've been working with corporates for a long time. Whenever we ask, எப்படிப்பா போகுது ஜாப் எல்லாம்? சார், அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணன கூட பரவாயில்ல, நொல்ல நொட்ட. Every time they are finding fault with us, sir. We don't have a soul to tell we did a good job, sir. You know what do I call this? I don't call this as leadership crisis, humanity crisis. Okay, you're going to the corporate world, sir. Some of you might be directly having a team of people reporting to you. Okay? You'll be having a good number of people, 20, 30 people will work under you. What it requires is to be a good leader is, if I can go to this guy and tell, hey, yesterday the way you presented it was very good, I liked it. And that person will tell, unna pannuvan sir nanu. They get encouraged. Now let us come back to the story. What are the three perspectives we have discussed? Traits, behavioral, contingency. Anand, now what is the time? How many minutes I have? 20 minutes, sir. Thank you. Okay. No, I'm very happy, right? I get such a long time to talk. Outside, I was talking to some of your students. 15 நிமிஷம் long கொடுக்குறாங்க. It is just only a breathing time, but I have more time. Now, what happened to the story is, Anderson called Mac, John, Lewis, Peter, and he said, Gentlemen, I've been in this business for a long time. I don't want to come to business anymore. I would like to sit in the home and probably sit and see it from there. And this is my vision. You people tell me, how is it that you're going to commit yourself to this vision? And he slowly handed over the business to them. Okay? And what is this perspective? It's called transformational leadership. I need to transform, sir. You cannot always be thinking based on what I am telling you. You should start thinking by yourself. A good leader will hand over and he'll walk out. Warren Buffett has got so many businesses. You mean to tell that every day he's sitting and seeing the accounts of all this business in this world? There is one thing which is very closer to his heart, is doing social service for people. But all his businesses are doing well because as a leader, he has transformed all his CEOs into leaders. Those who are going to start a company, I know that MBAs would always like to be entrepreneurs, especially off late. Okay? And there is also a secret behind it. When we ask people, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Sir, placement take ading marting this, sir. Okay? Now no valet thedi pata, sir. Then I thought, let me start something of my own, and I also went to the same college to give jobs, sir. No, good, yeah? Good. And now what it requires is, when you're going to start a business, right, people are always worried, no, what will happen to the secret? I'm a periya secret. 7 mala, 7 kadalu, kili vaithukulla secret. Today all secret is available in Google, sir. Whatever business you want to do, I can do it. Whatever business I want to do, you can do it. Whatever I can speak, even you can speak it. The only thing is you need some time to sit and browse and get the details. So a good leader is not worried about anything. He just transforms and he keeps going. Okay? Now what are the 4 perspectives we have? Traits, behavioral, contingency, transformational. Have you learnt it? This is called knowledge. இதை வெச்சிக்கிட்டு ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியாது. You got my point? Now what should happen to knowledge? It should be executed. When it should be executed? Huh? At the correct time. When is the correct time? Now. Get up, gentlemen. Please come as groups. Vanga. Come. Boss, think about one thing here. You are just thinking about, we are tired. Just empathize with us. You got it? We are awake and we have decided to be awake for 24 hours at the age of 40. Okay? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Shall we form groups and stand? Yes or no? Yes. பாருங்க, அத கூட வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு சொல்றீங்க. ஏப்பா நைட் ஷோவே நீங்களா பார்த்ததே கிடையாதா வாழ்க்கையில? ஐயோ, நைட் ஷோ பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? வீட்டுக்கு போறதுக்கு 1.5 ஆகும்ல? தமிழ் தெரியாதா? அத தமிழ்ல நல்லா தானே சொல்றீங்க. आप नाइट शो नहीं देखता क्या? हिंदी पिक्चर 3 hours 15 minutes चलता है भाई साहब. आंध्रा गारा? आंध्रा? Which language? Hindi, English. Very good. You see Hindi films? 3 hours 15 minutes it will go, right? Night show, have you gone in your city? That time and all you are awake, because all those films is teaching you leadership qualities, corporate qualities, how to get jobs. You'll become the greatest guy in this world. Come on, yeah, they are making money out of us and we are just going and seeing that. In profile you put, I am also a filmmaker, right? Sorry boss, go see films, it's good for us. Okay, now the activity in your hand. But before that, I will tell you one thing. We are talking about so much about leadership. We are going to talk about Warren Buffett, this, I am doing an injustice by not talking about a person who is inside this venue, okay, who has been there right from the morning, okay, managing such a big management institute, one of the largest management institute in South India with almost how many students in your department? 900 MBA students, almost 20 colleges in one place. 921 MBA students is equivalent to 12 MBA colleges, sir. And there is a person who's silently sitting and watching all these things. It is none other than your director, Ms. Jayashree, right? If you want to understand leadership, this is leadership because if the leader is not there at this time, what will followers do here? She is there so that you people will also be there. For the next few hours, can we maintain some energy? Yes? Because I got other great people who are going to come here who are so enthusiastic to come and talk to you. And if you want to prove your leadership, you tell, Pesuga. Pesuga, Jama, Pesuga. We are there. We are there to listen. Okay? Now, activity polangla. Okay. Divide yourself into groups. There are 4 perspectives. See how you can use each of these perspectives in your current roles of bringing companies. Previous activity update combine pannunga. I don't know what it is. Enakku clue kediyadu. You said that we'll do all these things to bring companies. Okay? Now, how do you think these 4 perspectives will help you to attract more companies? Break your head, discuss, do whatever you have. We have only 10 minutes. Ayyo. Then I'll give you 5 minutes. I know that you're clueless, but I'll come down to each team and talk to you. Purila. Wait. Are you able to understand? Sir. How will you use these 4 styles to bring companies? How will you use that behavioral model? How will you use that quality model? How will you use that contingency model? How will you use the transformation model? Break. For you, you have other 2 minutes. Okay? Quickly come. We need to finish it. Mic is okay? Yeah. Who is going to come? One of you from each team can come. And people who have never stood on the stage, please come here. Those who have never stood on the stage, come here. निंदिरकींगा आप स्टेज में आया कभी आइए
Sridhar actually in wedding day. See, the person who's got a wedding day, like I'm the first person to wish him now.
Friends, your attention please. Look at this. I'm getting information in a very nice way. One of our friend, a very senior most person, okay, is sitting with us. You tell me one thing. On a wedding day, what do you think a person should do? Stand next to his wife, celebrate that one-time crime, year after year, or whatever you call it. Okay, experience, not necessarily. Okay, now I have one of my friend, a senior person, Mr. Sridhar, who's actually celebrating his wedding anniversary here. Yeah, and you know what is he doing? He is the man behind whatever is happening on the web. The brain, who's bought all this technology with us, and he's a techie person. Huh? Whatever I talk to him, he'll see it in the techie angle only. So that is also leadership, sir, because the show should come on very well. And one more thing I'll tell you, there is something more than leadership, and there is one more leader who is sitting in the house, allowing this leader to come here and do all these activities for us, fantastically transformational. Okay? Another thing, I'm not going overboard. Yes, quickly, you can tell, you can come to the stage. Yes. See, any time when such an occasion comes, we are talking about leadership. Leadership is seizing here, seizing opportunities. இது எப்படி தெரியுங்களா இருக்கு நீ கேள Yes, ma'am.
For first one is behavioral. In behavioral, we can according to the society, the culture, the demographic area in which we belong, we can take our decision according to family, peers, then subordinates. We can take our decision. Then in trait, the quality we have, communication skills, body language, then other environmental, whatever we can. Then contingency, we can adapt according to the situation. We can take our decision.
Okay, good.
Morning, people.
Tell good morning. What morning?
Good morning, people.
Yeah.
So we have got the four traits which Sir has mentioned, like putting up things is what giving a worth to the ideas that we have come up. Like first thing is like traits and qualities. What is the core thing that evolves ideas out. So it's the qualities that has to be generated, that has to be transformed into a reality thing, which brings up these ideas into a reality where this can be achieved through the behaviors, where how we carry things in converting these ideas into a reality, in bringing these people into this, bringing people to this college for recruitment, all these things.
Okay.
The behavior, that responding to the others, how to respond with others, that is the behavior, the inner behavior of our life. And the contingency about this supporting to the and encourage to the peoples, and the trait about the quality, whatever the inner, every individual have a single quality that will boost our quality and go to the placement, and transformation, we getting the information for the seniors batches and go for the jobs.
Okay, thank you. Fine, we are we are having some time constraint. Okay, quickly I'll tell you what exactly I expected is, how do I use all these four qualities when a company comes for a placement? Okay, let me talk about the first trait called ability to have the drive. Okay, go and talk to company people, tell guys, you come to SRM, I'll give you the finest of the finest people sitting here who have already done all these things. Why don't you come to a college for a campus? That is a drive. You have the drive, they will have the drive to come here. 1. 2, they have already come here to your college to conduct an interview. At that time, your housekeeping and a lot of people should coordinate for these people to conduct an interview effectively. Okay? When you're going to work with housekeeping people, you cannot tell, Tanni kundapa, right? I need to go with them and tell interview is happening, right? To give water in time so that we get jobs in time. So that I also motivate the guy who's not, related to this, but I can motivate him and he can also cooperate so that the company goes with a good feeling that I went to a nice place for a campus. That is behavioral. Okay? Contingency is, suddenly company people are asking, I want this, I want that. Instead of telling, sir, I don't think so I can do it, let me try to see what best I can do. And at that time, if I satisfy the company, I am a leader based on the situation. After attending all these interviews, your first years are waiting, or in case those who are in first years, when you go to second year, you can go back and tell, whenever a campus comes, this is the way you need to work along with companies so that they will hire us. This is transformational. Okay? I am sure that these qualities will be with you forever, because these qualities are life skills. All the best. I'll join you in another few minutes from now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. M.L. Naren Kumar, on leadership perspectives. The next topic is the 35th topic. The topic is building effective teams. The speaker is Mr. Rama Subramaniam. The time is now 1:30 a.m. on 15 September 2012.